Wanted to direct a couple of questions, actually 4 in total, to both Mr. Assad and Mr. Needham. Secretary Gates, as you know, announced that he intends to add 9,000 personnel to the in-house acquisition workforce and to convert 11,000 acquisition-related contractor positions to government positions. And this will bring the in-house workforce back to where it was in 1998. Can you comment a little bit on why the 1998 is a meaningful baseline, and will the workforce be overseeing a workload of comparable value or complexity, and do we know what the level of contractor support was in 1998? And if you could give us a little bit of background maybe on the analysis that you put forth to look at this 1998 baseline and the determinations you made as to why that's applicable today.
Yes, sir. In terms of the contracting workforce, the 9,500 professionals that we'll be adding in that environment, what we did was we actually had some pretty detailed bottoms-up estimates in terms of what we needed at Defense Contract Management Agency, Defense Contract Audit Agency. We looked at each of the services in terms of their contracting capabilities. And we knew that in general, that part of the workforce does not have a contractor segment associated with it. There are some organizations that do have contractors supporting those environments, but they're very small. It's a much different picture. I'll give you an example. Of that 52,000 contractors that we think, approximately 52,000 that support the acquisition workforce, somewhere between 500 and 700 support the contracting or contract oversight workforce. So it's a very small number. So in that particular case, the way we looked at that workforce was really in terms of examining its capabilities, and we just completed it. It took us 18 months to complete probably the most comprehensive competency assessment of that workforce that's ever been done in federal government. That was completed. Over 18,000 folks participated in that, and that was completed recently. So we have the information that we need to look at that part of the workforce in a very detailed way. In terms of the contractor workforce, we knew that we needed to change the mix of the workforce. We think that the total size of the workforce in general is adequate because we're getting the job done with our contracting workforce. But what we needed to do was take a more, I think, realistic view of what we believe is inherently governmental and ensure that those functions are in fact being supported by federal civilians and our military workforce. We needed to ensure that we have the engineering capability inherent within government so that we can provide the proper technical assessments to our contracting officers, so at the end of the day we get a better deal for the taxpayers and in fact we can conduct proper oversight. Going back to the 1998 levels, we simply use that as a measure of, that really was the point. It was about a year or two before we began a significant increase in the workload of our workforce. So in reality, while we're going back to the 87 level, we're adding more contracting folks in that environment.
Mr. Needham?
Yeah, we issued a number of reports at that period of time. A lot of the reforms that had started in the 90s started to come to fruition in the 1990s. Mr. Assad's point, though, is in terms of picking 1998, that was their reason. I know at the time when we were looking at this, that was a period where there had been a lot of effort at reinventing government, rethinking how processes are working and so forth, and a lot of changes had come about at that point. But that's the only insight that we have into that.